Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings and my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off, lamestream, fake media will never present. You can join us on our radio show every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. It's a live show. We broadcast through davejanda.com free of charge. In addition to our public site at davejanda.com, we have a very reasonably priced 30 cents a day subscription service where we deep dive on issues that you'll never see reported in the bought-off, lamestream, fake media. If you get a chance, join us at davejanda.com, public side, subscription side, both. You're always welcome 24/7. Folks, I want to focus on the Inspector General's report. I believe there were bombshell information dropped in that report that the bought-off, lamestream, fake media will not touch. Look, if you listen to CNN or CBS, ABC, NBC, PBS, even Fox, here's what you're going to hear. Quote, "We did not find documentary or testimonial evidence that improper considerations, including political bias, directly affected the specific investigative actions we reviewed," end quote. All right. That's lawyer speak. This is more Bill Clinton. It depends on what is, okay? Here. There was nobody, according to this statement, there was nobody that documented in writing, hey, we're biased for Hillary and we're against Trump. There was nobody that testified, they're all liars, but nobody who testified, hey, we were for Hillary and against Trump. But what don't they say in this conclusion statement? When you read the Inspector General's summary report, this 600 pages, it's obvious. They had electronic evidence that there was bias for Hillary against Trump, biased in protecting the deep state players from being prosecuted. Yeah, so nobody said it, nobody wrote it, but it was all there electronically. Now, a couple other things, and this is what I understand from my sources I trust, have known for many years. This is what they've told me. The concluding summary in the IG report was written not by the Inspector General or any of his 450 member team. The summary statement, and this is why it was so divergent from the information and evidence presented within the report itself, was written by senior Department of Justice and senior FBI administrators, and the finger they keep pointing at, the person, was Rod Rosenstein. The summary statement, which is why they present all this evidence showing bias, collusion, criminality, and then in the summary, which I just read to you, no political, what? It was written by somebody else. It was written by deep state players. In addition, I am told that the report excluded all evidence that currently is being utilized by the Department of Justice in pursuing criminal cases. Now, here's what was included if you take the time to look at the Department of Justice Inspector General's report, the report itself. Comey, former director of the CIA, was insubordinate and compromised. He mishandled the Clinton case and he usurped power. FBI agents Strzok and Page schemed to remove Trump after he was elected. In addition, Strzok and Page showed bias and intent to block Trump before the election. FBI agents Strzok and Page bypassed official channels in order to exonerate Hillary Clinton. This is the bombshell. 13 anonymous Obama officials were communicating via private emails, including Obama, on Hillary Clinton's illegal server. Two of the players that were outed in this report as communicating, essentially violating the Espionage Act, were Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. This is information, actually, and this confirms information that we presented on my radio show, Operation Freedom, 17 months ago, folks. In addition, in the report, it says foreign agencies compromised Hillary's email account and private server. In addition, the FBI was found to have leaked to reporters knowingly, willingly, and repetitively, and were given gifts by the reporters and the media companies. Recused FBI officials, McCabe and Kradzik, tried to influence the Clinton investigation in an adverse manner. That the FBI concealed incriminating texts. That Comey and Strazek sat on evidence of the Wiener laptop for at least a month. In addition, that there was no documentation given in the IG report that the FBI ever analyzed the information on Wiener's laptop other than a quick scan. In addition, 5 unnamed FBI agents showed bias and were referred by the Inspector General to the Department of Justice for review. It goes on to say, electronic communications. Remember, go back to that first statement I made in this briefing. Electronic communications between Strazek and Page, this is how they characterize it, quote, "It was beyond bias. It is a willingness to overturn the election of Donald Trump, to exonerate Hillary Clinton, and to launch an investigation into Donald Trump." Direct quote. Senior FBI officials showed willingness to take official action to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president, end quote. As I mentioned earlier in this report, the bombshell was about Hillary Clinton, her server. This from Zero Hedge. Perhaps the most frequent phrase in the IG report is, quote, according to the FD 302. This refers to the memo an FBI agent writes after interviewing targets or witnesses in investigation, 302 forms. Relying on Form 302s instead of recorded interviews maximizes the discretion of FBI officials, deep state players, allowing them to frame issues to create a narrative or buttress charges of lying to a federal agent. The FBI waited until the end of the investigation to interview Clinton and had decided to absolve her, quote, absent a confession from Clinton, end quote. When was the last time Hillary confessed to anything? I think you could probably even take it back to when she was 2 years old. It's never happened. There was no recording of Hillary Clinton's testimony, no transcript. Instead, a 302 report allowed FBI Director James Comey to proceed with the preordained, quote, not guilty, end quote, findings. Clinton had received numerous classified emails, some of which, if you're ready for this, were marked with a C on her private email server. The IG report notes, quote, according to the 302 form from Clinton's interview, Clinton told the FBI that she did not know what the C meant and speculated it was a reference to a paragraph ranked in alphabetical order, end quote. Oh, yeah, where was the A and the B, Hillary? Where was the D? Right. The IG noted, quote, witnesses told us and contemporaneous emails show that the FBI and department officials who attended Clinton's interview found that her claim that she did not understand the significance of the C marking strained credulity. FBI Agent 1 stated, quote, I filed that in the bucket of hard to impossible to believe, end quote. Comey told IG investigators that, quote, by her demeanor, she was credible and open and all that kind of stuff, end quote. How official, all that kind of stuff? Good, Jim. But a video recording of the showdown, especially the alphabet line, would have been invaluable to Americans who doubted Clinton and the FBI. Yeah, it's kind of like, remember Billy's videotape deposition where he goes, well, it depends on what the definition of is. Right. Zero Hedge. IG report confirms Obama lied about Hillary's email server. This is the key component of that summary report of the 500 pages. Remember, the Inspector General's report is 1,200,000 pages. It was delivered to 3 congressional committees January 12th, 2018. This 600-page summary is important, but remember, this report is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and we're about halfway through the marathon. There's a lot more stuff to hit the fan. The IG report confirms Obama lied about Hillary email server. The recently summary report of the Department of Justice Inspector General's report covering the Obama Department of Justice FBI conduct during the Hillary Clinton email investigation confirms a bombshell that had previously been hinted at through WikiLeaks disclosures. And this is what we were talking about 17 months ago on Operation Freedom. Obama lied when he said in 2015 that he learned of Hillary Clinton's private email server through a New York Times report. That's what he told the Bill Plant, the interviewer with CBS. The OIG report reveals that what Obama said in that CBS interview, that he learned about it through a New York Times report, the OIG report reveals this was a lie. A footnote on page 89 of the OIG report reads, quote, President Barack Obama was one of the 13 individuals with whom Clinton had direct contact using her Clinton email .com account, end quote. What's more, FBI counterintelligence agent Peter Strzok told the Inspector General that the top brass of the agency, deep state players, wrestled over whether or not to include Obama's involvement in Clinton's exoneration statement, and that former FBI Director James Comey knew Obama had lied, end quote. As we have outlined with General Tom McInerney, General Paul Vallely, Admiral Ace Lyons, just to name a few, Hillary Clinton created a criminal act by having the private email server. On that private email server contained numerous classified documents. Barack Obama communicated, along with 12 other Obama officials, with Hillary on classified information. Every single one of those 13 people plus Hillary should be brought up on violation, criminal act, violation of the Espionage Act and treason. Bottom line. Anyone who tells you there was not bombshell information that should lead to the prosecution of a former President of the United States and a former Secretary of State of the United States, that being Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, anyone who tells you that there was no evidence in that regard is lying to you, is part of the deep state. Bottom line, Horowitz testimony in front of the Senate Congressional Committee, I believe is going to be a nothing burger because they're bought off deep state players on that Congressional Committee. Where it's going to get interesting is when he testifies in front of the House. But where it really gets interesting is when more of the 1,200,000 pages are made public. And I believe as they are made public in this marathon, not sprint, marathon of information that is coming forward, I believe it will lead to the restitution of the rule of law, and it will lead to the criminal prosecution of players from both political parties, really one political party. They're all owned by the deep state. Please join us for more information and more that we get from our behind the scene, if you will, behind the curtain sources at davejanda.com. We have the public side, we have the subscription side at 30 cents a day. Join us for our live radio show, which you can stream live free every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern at davejanda.com. Until next time, this is Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail.